Ah. Hey, what's up, guys? We have got another Reddit React video from an Am I the Asshole D&D horror stories, so we're going to get into it.
All right, am I the asshole for leaving my local D&D group? I'm oh, I'm sorry, but this is my first ever Reddit post and it's a bit of a long one. I, 27 male, had started playing D&D a couple years ago after moving cities and found a local group that runs Adventure League quests throughout the week. Now the group runs its games through a place where you can have dinner while playing games. Ah, that's actually kind of cool.
That sounds nice.
And with that group, there are admins, and they organize games through a website, i.e., what quests are being ran, and who's running them, and who's going to be in your party. Throughout my games, I noticed two players, one being Sam, who kind of played however they wanted and kind of took the leader of the group role as they would always spring to talk to NPCs. Now, I know every player is always different, so I never really questioned it at first, but after a while, it started kind of getting annoying, especially when I had to rush to answer before them and kind of took away from the experience of the quest. That is kind of annoying, I feel
Oh,
like.
okay. Yeah, so he's like, if he wants to get any word in, he's got to
Yeah.
like speak up
Yeah,
really
he's
quick
gotta just
before
be
the
like,
leaders are like,
quick.
oh, we got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. So then it says, I also started noticing they were doing a lot of flavoring with their their characters because Adventure League had very specific rules for character creation and items to make everything fair and have players on sort of equal grounds. So flavoring was a way for some people to create their characters while keeping to the rules, which was fair enough.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So then it says, but one night Sam joined us for a tier 2 game, levels 5 through 10, and they decided to play a goblin that was about rank 7, somehow has 20 strength, and is carrying 3 heavy crossbows that were
What?
equipped. What in the world?
That we're also equipped.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, if you're dealing with carrying capacity in your
yeah,
game,
that's
that's a bit extreme.
right. He somehow was able to roll 30 plus on initiative, and when he rolled a 32, I kind of got a bit curious. And even doing tons of damage and killing most enemies, leaving us with the scraps basically. That's when I decided to start asking him about his character.
Yeah, somebody sounds
it's
like they
gonna
broke themselves a little
it's
bit.
gonna be a little juicy, I bet.
Yeah.
Now when I don't know anything, I ask questions. And if I don't understand the answer, then I ask more questions to see if I could find an answer I understand.
Sleuthin.
Yes, this is good though. Um, so then it goes to say, but when asking Sam about his character, he was all over the place and would look at me and answer like I asked him something horrible. This is not gonna. I don't.
How dare you ask me how I built my character?
I feel like that's. I feel like that'd be like for me. I'd be like, oh, you're curious about my character. You know what I mean? At
Yeah.
first, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
like
Like,
maybe I want to
yeah,
build one that's just as
yeah,
strong. Can you
yeah,
give me some
right.
advice?
That's what I would think of it at first. So then it says, after that night, I apologized to the DM and just said it was weird, especially being able to carry 3 heavy crossbows as a goblin, and they even
What?
said it was a bit weird. I don't think they should have apologized. I would
Yeah,
have
he's
just
got
been,
nothing to apologize
yeah,
for.
I
He's just
don't,
asking questions.
it's, I feel like that's a pretty good question. And
Yeah.
even if there was just a simple question, yeah, don't be sorry.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions
Yeah,
of your players and your dungeon master. It's
exactly.
what we're all here for.
The second player of this story, Charles, was about the same with Sam and how they would take the lead for everything and would talk for the group. But they also had a bit of a habit of ordering what everyone does or tell them to hurry up because Charles had apparently played the quest before and knows what we're meant to do. Now, when I play a quest I've played before,
Oh, that's
yeah,
that's cheating.
yeah, that's pretty much being like, oh, okay, I already know how this goes. Let's kind of
Yeah,
just, I don't know.
yeah.
I do agree though.
I
That's,
don't.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my players like, don't metagame like that. Jeez, that's the worst kind of metagaming. That's why, if I am running a campaign or a module that I know other people have played before,
Right.
I'm gonna try and mix and spice stuff up.
Yeah, or even just ask them not to like, yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
metagame so much. Now, when I play a quest I've played before, I always use different characters and I make sure to stay back and let the other players who hadn't played before run the quest and only step in for battles and if they were stuck on a puzzle, giving them 10 minutes or something until I ask if they want a hand. I don't know why, but these two players just make it hard for me to even play with them. So I discussed it with multiple admins who understood my issues and were even having other complaints and had previous complaints about the two before
Ooh.
that they had worked through in the past. So they said they would discuss it. Ooh, that's not really good, honestly.
Yeah.
That's not,
Sounds like they're the problem players.
yeah. In the meantime, I just avoided playing games with them, usually not being able to go to the D&D night entirely because they were on the only tables looking for slots and had
Mm.
to stop running games too, just in case they joined, and I wanted to avoid the conflict of asking them to leave my game.
Oof.
That's I feel like that kind of sucks that they have to like just avoid the other people just
Yeah,
to
these players have legit like ruined the whole place for him because they're the only
yeah.
ones there. That sucks.
I would hate that. About a month or two goes by, and I had not heard anything and was just being told, we will look into it, and we're trying to figure out how to handle this, or we are finding ways to work with them to try and fix the issues. That was when I started to doubt my ability to play anymore, and after a few
Oh.
weeks of thinking, I decided to step away from the group, notifying admins that I would not be returning until I was ready to return and until I knew that the issues were fixed. That's honestly understandable
Yeah.
in the sense, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, I think you're having a reasonable response when
yeah,
like when you don't enjoy and feel insecure about playing with these players and they're the only ones that you're able to play with.
yeah,
Like if you've got to back out, I mean, no D&D is better than bad D&D.
yeah. I think, and plus, I would rather not feel that just like stress, I guess, of
Yeah.
maybe just offending people or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. 100%.
I understand me being the one to leave may be rude, but in my mind, if they had been told off about this before, what's to stop them doing it again? And I even said that to the admins in my message to them. That was 3 months ago, and I hadn't found any other D&D groups to play with since or played D&D since. I'm starting to think I might have messed up, but I don't want to go back and or yeah, I don't want to go back on my word and just go back because I'm desperate to play D&D. So there it is. Am I the asshole?
No, I don't think you're an asshole at all. I think
No.
honestly because it's a public D&D space, you should just go back to see if maybe there's going to be new players. You shouldn't just like always avoid that space. It seemed like it was a healthy space for you. There was just these two players that you didn't really like playing with because you wanted to ask them how they were being so broken and they were getting really overly defensive about it.
Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, I agree. Like, I would go back there and like just, yeah, I would just play and like if they're there, just politely tell them that you decline to play with them, and if they ask you why, then you can have a conversation. But otherwise, like, enjoy your space. That is your space
Yeah.
too.
Especially like you could if you've got too much social anxiety about it, it sounds like
Mm-hmm.
so it's a place that he can order dinner. So just go there for dinner if you see the other two players there. If they're not there, then you can also enjoy playing a game. If not, just have a good dinner
Yeah,
and take it to go if you don't want to have to talk to anybody.
I
So,
totally agree with that. That
yeah. There's how you get
there you
away
go.
and get around that social anxiety because I get that.
Yeah, I can get that too. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Well,
Well, definitely, guys, let us know what you think down in the comments below. I don't think anybody's going to call OP an asshole through this because it honestly just sounds like he's going through a lot of social anxiety in that game. And I mean, when you're playing in public spaces in D&D, that is totally understandable. That is a social anxiety clusterfuck. Like I would totally get that. I mean, that's why we play in
I
the
mean,
privacy of our
I was
garage.
gonna say honestly, props to them for being so brave to like just go out in
Yeah,
public space and be able to do
yeah.
that. Like, I personally would not be able to do that, but I'm glad that you're able to, and like that even with these problems, that you're still thinking about going back. So
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
Props to
good
you.
on you, OP.
Yeah,
You're not the
absolutely.
asshole. You're
No.
awesome. Isn't that right, Serenity? Mwah. Say, OP's awesome. Super cool guy.
She's like, yes.
Well, guys, definitely thanks for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Post anything. We could always use the
Yes,
help in the algorithm.
please.
So, Serenity's going to sign us off. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to lick that like button and subscribe.